Hello and welcome to another Glenn Maney Talks Chelsea, and today unfortunately I have to report for those that have been living under a rock today that it was Chelsea 1, Brentford 4. Yes, Brentford 4. The day started with a big demonstration outside Stamford Bridge. Well, I say big, couple of hundred people maybe. And hats off to all you guys and girls who went along to that.
Come on to hear, jump on the Ricketts, we don't want to hear.
Lots of anti-Ricket rhetoric, lots of anti-Ricket songs, and I've got to be honest. I mean, I know that the club's done so much in the local community and wider to spread the diversity message, and they've just done great things, getting people together to play football together, to break down barriers of skin colour, religion, you name a barrier. And under Roman they tried breaking it down, and power to everyone's elbow. And I know these Islamophobic messages sent by old Joe Ricketts are the reason a lot of people are saying they don't want the Ricketts to own the club. And I've got to be honest, I can't sit here and be a hypocrite, because if I thought that the Ricketts were going to run the club, and this is going to sound terrible, I know, but I'm being honest, if I thought they were going to run the club the way Roman had, but the dad, who's not involved in the deal, had sent a few iffy messages out about Islam, yeah, it wouldn't be good. I wouldn't be saying, oh, well done, Joe. But my main problem with the Ricketts family is what they've done to the Chicago Cubs, or what they haven't done. So to hear Bruce Buck is helping them, I think that stinks of one big backhander, maybe behind Roman's back. I don't know, I can't say, but that's what it stinks of. So Bruce Buck, let Rainey, the investment bank that are dealing with it, just give us the best bid, those that are going to put the most money into Chelsea, and those who are going to try and run it with the same sort of ethos that Roman did. Don't line your own pockets, you're rich enough already, mate, if that's what's happening, and I'm not saying it is. So yeah, good demonstration, well done to all those. Shame there weren't a few more there, but I'm sure if it gets nearer the time and the Ricketts are still in the hat, there will be a lot more there. So come on Chelsea, no to Ricketts. So the game today, and a shocker it was. We had 70% possession, 70% possession, more chances, and more passes, more attempts on goal and off target. Yet we still lose 1-4 to that lot. What are they, about 8th off the bottom or something like that? To be fair to Brentford, they were absolutely brilliant today. They cut down our space when we had it in our half deep, and then when they dropped, they gave us very little space to work with. They really put a shift in. Kai Havertz had a goal disallowed because the ball had glanced his arm. We had numerous chances that we could and should have put away, and of course Rudy's 40-yarder, was it? His pole driver, that was a goal. But yeah, they cut us down really well, cut the space down really well, and there were a lot of Chelsea players off their game today. There's no disguising it, right away from Mendy right the way up to the abysmal Timo Werner, who didn't look like he wanted to put any sort of challenge in. A couple of defensive challenges, yeah, but when he got up front, there's once where, as a striker, you go across the defender, especially at pace. So if he touches you, you're going over. Looks like he's scared of getting hit. Definitely not putting the sort of work rate in that he was last season. I think that he's just given up. So why it took 65 minutes to get Lukaku on that pitch and get Timo off, I'll never know. Because after 20 minutes I was shaking my head. So anyway, we started off basically with a... Well, we had Aspie right back. We had Thiago Silva and Rudy in the centre there. And left back, allegedly, we had Alonso. Just in front of them we had Kante and Rubus Loftus-Cheek. Just in front of them we had Mount. We had Ziyech out on one side, Werner out on the left, and Kai Havertz up front. That's how we started. Pretty decent if you're going to play with any sort of tempo, and we didn't. We were playing loads of ball back again. Marcus Alonso had me actually shouting at the TV. Timo Werner would always cut back instead of going forward, and when he did go forward, he made a right hash of it. Mendy didn't look his usual world-class self right from word go. He had a horrible ball that he put out, which luckily they lifted over the bar. He tried kicking it to Rudiger, but it went about 3 or 4 yards straight to their player, and in a dodgy punch. And today he got beat by a goal where he just went down too early. Simple as that. So not a great day at the office for Edouard, but you can't blame him. There was a load of poor performances out there. Alonso lasted 55 minutes until Reece James come on, and when Reece James come on, he got put in at left back. I thought to myself, why don't you play Reece James at right back? Go to a back three. I just didn't understand that at all. Not a good day at the office for Tommy either, because with Ziyech just playing out on that wing, Mason Mount looks restricted to me. It looks like he's thinking, when Ziyech goes forward, I've got to get back and cover for him. Maybe thinking about Dave's slight lack of pace nowadays, and it restricts Mason Mount's game. I've noticed this before, but today more than ever. Mason didn't have a bad game by the standards of the rest of them, but he wasn't great. He wasn't running into sort of positions I like to see him where he's at his most dangerous, and that's because he was getting back and covering. As Ziyech goes forward, Mount tends to drop back when he can't run into an immediate position to get the ball. So I thought it was a no-brainer to particularly losing 2-1, to have James at right back and let Mount play basically just behind Havertz. But Tommy didn't have a very good day at the office either, did he? So yeah, we went 1-0 up with a absolutely belter from Rudy, 40 yards out. He tried one earlier, and I think it had just gone wide. But this time there was no messing about. That was in the 48th minute, start the second half. I thought, happy days, here we go. How wrong could I have been? I mean, to be fair, they were very, very clinical. I mean, we had one of their goals, the Christian Eriksen goal, was from our corner. There was another goal where Rubus Loftus-Cheek just stopped running, and I was tearing my hair out. Let's hope we don't play against Real Madrid like that, because that's my worst nightmare. That's my worst nightmare. But anyway, I'm sure we won't, and today will just be a bad dream. We've just come back from international duty. And to be fair, we've got a lot more players that have travelled a lot further than Brentford have. Even some of their players didn't travel at all. But with our quality, that's not really an excuse. It's probably an excuse why he's rested some of them, like Jorginho and that. But that team today should have been good enough to beat them. But it weren't. Right, let's go for the player scores. This is going to be a dead short one this week, folks, because I'm still fed up. It's, 9 o'clock at night and I'm still heavily peed. Mendy gets a 5, way below his usual best. I've already stated why. Poor distribution. Had an easy catch, he punched it. Probably should have done better with a couple of the goals. Certainly one of them where he dives and just gets his hand to it. No. Sorry, Edward, not your best day. Dave gets a 6, decent shift, tried hard, doing lots of work down that wing because Ziyech doesn't always come back to help him out. Mount did a couple of times, but that means Mount's got to cover so much ground. So Dave had a tough afternoon, but he gets a 6, put a shift in. Thiago Silva gets a 7, a couple of decent blocks, tried starting stuff off, but no real standout moments. But he marshalled the defence well, always plays well, then he gets a 7. Rudy's my man of the match, he gets an 8. Not his best day at the office defensively. One of the goals he could definitely have done better with. But the goal, the 40-yard screamer, and his total commitment, playing against a real big lump, lots of shoving going on that the referee didn't feel fit to see, particularly from corners. But he stood his ground as you would expect. Marco Alonso gets a 3. He was on the pitch, he was dressed in the kit, and he was breathing. That's all I'm saying. Midfield, N'Golo Kante. He was out muscled today. He had sometimes had 2 or 3 on him every time, and they were very, very physical, and they were getting away with a fair bit. Not that I blame them for that. That's exactly the way I'd play. N'Golo Kante gets a 6. Ruben Loftus-Cheek gets a 6. Carried the ball well at times. Lost it a few times in dangerous areas. A couple of shots on goal that probably could have done better with. Lots of backwards balls again. Yeah, he gets a 6. Mason Mount gets a 6.5, always trying to do stuff. Some of his deliveries were good. Having to cover back behind Ziyech to help Dave out at times. Not his greatest game by any means because he wasn't allowed to have a good game, but 6.5, put a shift in. Timo Werner gets a 3. Turned up in his kit and he was breathing. Ziyech gets a 7. At least he was trying. At least he was trying to be inventive. He was trying to do stuff, and yeah, he also trying to get back into to do defensive work when he could. But he's got, you can see it's like cogs going round. He has to think about it. It's not his natural game. It's like it's going forward. Brought a good save from their keeper. Very good save where he left-footed shot. It was going in the top corner. The keeper just got his fingertips to it. Now Ziyech gets a 7. One of the better ones of a poor bunch. And Havertz should have scored. Had that couple of goals today. He gets a 6 from me. Not really his best game, and didn't get an awful lot of great service. When he did, he should do better. Simple as that. I can think of a couple of times. One he put wide, and a header that he should have done much better with. So yeah, really, really poor. Lukaku came on. To be fair, we looked a little bit better when he was on. At least we had someone to hold the ball up. If you're gonna play long balls, high balls into the box, you need someone like Lukaku. Not worth having Werner on there, is it? Cover came on for Kante. Obviously, going to give him a rest for the Real Madrid game. And as I say, James and came on for Alonso and played over there. To be honest, my dead gran could have done better than Alonso over on that left back position. So James was obviously an improvement, but we miss him so much on that right hand side. And when you're down, I just don't see why you just don't go full throttle. You might as well lose 4-1. Ammonia and have a chance of getting the game back. So yeah, not Thomas's best day either by any means. I think maybe we missed a trick playing that back four, and should have put them on the back foot, give them more things to think about, which wing backs and Reece James at that right back position would have done. I know you don't want to rush him back after injury, but that game was calling out for him, and you know, after 10 minutes I could see that, and I ain't got the brain that Tuchel has. So Tuchel just gets a 5.5 from me today. Bad day at the office, Thomas. And that's all really. If any updates during the week, well, I'm going to do a couple of little videos. You know, I did the FA Cup final 1970. Some of you guys absolutely loved that and have asked me to do other games. I'm doing my favourite FA Cup comeback by a Chelsea team, and what's the other one I was thinking of doing? Oh yeah, the 4 members day out when we beat City 5-4. So that'll be I'll be working on that this week, and obviously I'll be doing a review after the Real Madrid game. Please subscribe to the channel. Please throw the video a like. Apparently it helps me. Load of you watch them, not many are liking them. Perhaps you think they're crap, but if you do like them, throw a like for me. Do me a big favour. Okay, speak to you soon. Up to Chelsea.